Hello world, this is Edward Bevilacqua, the publisher of Ciao Tutti, the magazine for the Italian American Club in Las Vegas and around the country. And today I have the privilege to chat with Luiz Oliveira. Would that be pronounced right for Portuguese?
Close.
Okay, how would you say it for Portuguese?
Oliveira. Oliveira.
Vader. So
Oliveira.
Oliveira.
Vader.
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 Like Darth Vader?
Yeah, like because the two vowel sound. Vader.
Vader. Okay. Of Sambalatte, which is, I gotta say, I think this is probably the best coffee. You call it a coffee house, or what's the general
Coffee bar, coffee house.
Coffee bar, coffee house,
espresso bar, wherever.
espresso bar in Las Vegas, and you have 3 locations so far.
Yes.
And the key word is so far, right?
So far, yeah, because
Okay.
the sky's the limit.
The sky's the limit. Let's start with how we usually start these things for our Italian American community around the country and around the world. Is what are your Italian roots?
My great grandmother was an Italian immigrant to Brazil. That was back on the 19th century.
Okay. Do you know her maiden name?
Bruce, and I forgot now, but
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
that's
it'll
been,
come to you during
yes,
the I know you've got other things you're thinking about. So,
it's catching me on the
yeah, and she, let's see, what were you
Ambrosia.
saying? Ambrosia.
Yeah,
Okay, Ambrosia, like the salad?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Do you know what part of Italy that's from?
No, I don't.
Probably the south.
Yeah.
Because that's where most of the immigrants came from the south of Italy. So great. So you have Italian roots, and we're going to get to it a little bit later. But this is, you've explained to me before. I think this is fusion between Brazil and latte.
Italy, yes. Sambalatte, we want to create an environment that the name by itself, samba, the music, Brazilian music, which is was brought to Brazil by the back on 19th century.
Okay.
And
Brought to Brazil?
yes, from the African,
Oh, okay.
and which means a happy dance.
Happy.
Happy
dance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And latte, the milk, the Italian milk. So we want to create a fusion of the old world with the new world. And so samba latte means, like for me, like a happy place for you to have your latte.
Got it. Happy place to have your latte. Perfect. And I think everybody knows samba music.
Yeah,
Makes
it's
you smile.
a very, very popular music. It's a music that start in Brazil. They have the parades and everything.
Right.
And there's no the samba by itself, but there's a lot of fusion of music in the samba, like samba canção, samba rock.
Okay.
Some type of style like
Yeah.
that really create more.
At the Palazzo right now, Bob Anderson is Sinatra show, where he looks like Frank Sinatra, and Bob is a member of the club, and the club is very supportive of anything Bob is doing. But he has a segment in his Frank Sinatra Italian show where he's doing samba.
Okay.
Two samba things. So that's interesting. Is great Italian coffee? Is that from Brazil? Where does the good coffee?
Italy import coffee from Brazil because in the beginning when I started with my business plan, and people were surprised. So Italy doesn't produce coffee? No. Italy import coffee from Brazil, from all over the world, but they like the Brazilian coffee specific because the Brazilian coffee for espresso have the nice crema and flavor, texture.
Okay.
That is good for the blend of espresso.
Now let's see. What am I having? I'm having one of your signature latte.
Yeah, I think regular latte, Nutella latte.
Nutella.
Nutella latte, yeah. Nutella latte is very popular.
And Nutella comes from where?
Italy.
Italy. Okay, good. We got another one. Okay, great. So
This Nutella was, I went to Brazil right before I opened the store. And checked in São Paulo, a big metropolitan. There's a lot of coffee.
Where you're from, right?
I'm from Rio.
Oh, that's right. You're from Rio.
Rio.
Nelson Sardelli from Sao Paulo.
And the Nutella latte in all coffee bars that I went was on the menu. And I was like, and I tried, and I said, I love it. And they said, I never saw Nutella latte in America.
Oh.
And they said, maybe I should introduce here in Vegas.
Sure.
Probably somebody in the U.S. was doing already,
Yeah.
but it was not. And the sudden we started doing it, everybody else copied, copied and say, let's do it. It's a great alternative.
Okay. Now, is your Nutella latte the same as in Brazil, or did you do anything different?
Tastes different because our espresso, the way how we make espresso is slightly different because people use the espresso in general. We use a triple ristretto.
What does that mean?
Now in Italy, they use the ristretto. The ristretto is 7 grams of ground coffee.
Oh.
Okay. Starbucks came out now with a flat white, what they call double ristretto.
Okay.
But even before that, we always use triple ristretto. That we use 21 grams of ground coffee.
Wow.
Hold the shot.
So that's a lot.
It's a lot because in the ratio it is 0.75. That means some people do 1.1, 1.2, 1.5. Like they
Right.
put. Give an example. What that means? Like you have 1.5. That means that whatever was the gram,
Yeah.
you transform to liquid.
Oh.
You extract 1.5 liquid off the grind beans that you put in the basket.
Got it. Okay.
We extract less,
So concentrate.
more concentrate, more syrup, more flavor,
Ah.
especially for the latte art, for the coffee, give a little more texture. And people go back and say, in the beginning we have a lot of resistance because people didn't understand. But after people start drinking, they
Now
say,
they're
wow, this coffee tastes amazing.
So when you have that more concentrated, let me see if I got this right. So you have a more concentrated coffee, and then when you put the Nutella, it's just a richer.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And the other thing, lots of people, lots of coffee bars, and they use the split
Right.
filter.
I've seen that. Yeah.
We don't use. We use a naked, called naked pour filter.
Naked.
Yeah, that's bottomless. That means that when the machine introduces the water onto
Right.
the beans, there's one pressure applied, and they come down even,
Right.
allowing to extract more flavors as well.
So we attached a trailer to this interview, which was making a Nutella latte. In fact,
Okay.
that was on YouTube.
Okay.
And he talked about, and was really talking about, you got to get that espresso tamped down
Right,
really
yes.
tight because water flows at the least resistance. And so when you have it under pressure, you want it to go through evenly.
Right.
And so now let's see. You said earlier, before we went live, that your mother grew up on a coffee plantation.
Right.
And you grew up liking coffee. Is
Yeah.
coffee part of Brazil?
So yeah, in
people?
Brazil it is culture. Coffee is everything. It is the problem. I grew up drinking not a good coffee,
You grew up drinking the non-exported coffee.
non-export coffee, which they use. There's Arabica and Robusta.
Okay.
In Brazil in general, they drink the Robusta
Okay.
on the day-to-day blend because the price is less
Got it.
and it's more commercial grade quality coffee,
Yeah.
and it's not the gourmet quality coffee.
Okay.
But now the Brazilians in general are develop the palate to drink a gourmet coffee.
Okay. So it's
Because-
like, yeah.
A difference between gourmet coffee, it is like I'm drinking black,
Yeah.
so doesn't need no sugar, no cream, nothing. You just enjoy just as
Because
green.
it's not bitter. Is that people generally put milk and sugar in coffee because?
That has to come with how you roast your beans as well.
Okay. And you roast your own beans. Right?
Yes, is because when you roast your beans, you have the dark roast and the the medium roast. Okay, medium and light roast.
Okay.
It's only about a minute difference
Wow.
and 5 degrees difference. Makes
Wow.
a big difference.
Wow. So
The-
they're
the
very
only
delicate.
Yeah, it's very delicate. The dark roast are used more for business that buy commercial grade beans
Okay.
that doesn't have the quality. It is not the
So it
best.
tastes stronger, right?
Yeah, no, because the dark roast, the charcoal, when
Yeah.
you drink the bitter that you have as you finish, hides the quality of the coffee.
I see. Okay.
Okay, if you buy higher the quality of the beans that you buy, more gourmet that the producer have, you want to do a lighter roast as possible.
I see. Okay.
Because you don't want to extract too much of the flavors away or kill the flavors that the beans has.
Got it. Got it.
Because I give an example. In 10 years, the industry, like we're talking about rating the coffee.
Okay.
10 years ago, the average was about 74 points. Okay.
Okay.
Now the average for a coffee it is 84 points.
Wow. The quality has gone up.
Because the whole technology available,
okay.
and the whole science, all the studies and research, and all the engineer on the field.
Right. So it's easier to make a better coffee.
Yeah, are helping
And people expect a better coffee.
right,
Right.
are helping the producers to make a better quality coffee.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The time to harvest, the weight, like a coffee, the microclimate. You have the micro lots. In one farm, you can have several different micro lots, and coffee tastes completely different because one can be on the bottom of the hill, and the one on the top of the hill, and another one the other side of the hill,
All different.
which is a shade in the morning, sun in the afternoon, those kind of things like that. Plus
So it's
the rain.
not like the old commercials of Juan Valdez,
Right.
just going picking things, putting them on the mule. It's really scientific.
It became very scientific. That's why the producers are embracing this knowledge because they're getting benefit with that. Because as the quality goes up, they can sell their beans $1 or even higher above the commercial, the Wall Street price for the coffee as a commodity.
I see. I see. Now,
There's a demand for that too.
what is French roast? What is that? What does that mean? French roast.
Well, French roast is a dark roast. It's a blend to
Okay.
create. It's not even created in France. It was created in America.
So it's a marketing thing. Is
Yeah,
there
it's a
something
marketing-
called Italian roast?
Huh?
Is there something called Italian roast?
The people can call it.
What do
Italian.
they call it in Italy?
The espresso.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's espresso.
Yeah, the espresso.
And they
Yes.
have, there's some coffee companies in Italy that are hundreds of years old, right?
Yes, they were say the pioneer of the coffee. I have a huge Italian community that comes here to our store. And in the beginning, they I don't like espresso much. The one they like is drink Napoli, which have the most coffee bars. And now those people that come here and they go back home and they say, I could not drink the coffee anymore.
I believe it. Now that reminds me, you said a lot of Italians come here on the second Sunday of every month is
The car show, the
is
exotic and espresso.
espresso and exotic,
Right,
which is Rapadano,
yeah.
who's advertised in the magazine from Fifth Avenue Restaurant Group. And he was telling me that he likes talking to you because they have a lot of restaurants. They have
Yes.
50 restaurants, and you have some.
I have a
You're
fraction,
growing.
yes.
You're growing towards 50. But he said he told me. I remember him telling me that he could have a conversation with you about if you do this, it's good for you. Like giving samples out when they have people here. It's a good thing. He said he talks to other people that don't get volume. They don't understand this concept of volume, and all they can think about is giving away how much coffee that they could have charged for, but they're not really charging for because people don't come in. He said he likes talking.
Right.
He likes coming down.
Well, our strategy is really not about it's more than the coffee you drink, because coffee by itself you can buy at the gas station
Yeah.
for 75 cents.
Right. And that's not the same quality at all, right? And
Not the
anyway,
same quality. Right. And you come here and you buy a cup of coffee for $2.25, the house coffee, and
Yeah.
$2.50 for the pour over for the small one. And some people might complain and say, "Why so expensive?" Well,
but you say, well, taste it first, right?
taste first.
Yeah.
And I have people saying, your coffee's too expensive in the beginning. And I say, compare it to what?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, compared to McDonald's, to Dunkin' Donuts,
Yeah.
the gas station.
Right.
And
Or,
some people like that, almost could say, stay over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're never going to appreciate what a good cup of coffee is. And I say all the time, being a food and beverage business all my life, a great cup of coffee is just as good as you drink a great burgundy wine.
Okay. Good. Yeah. And in that sense, the coffee is a lot less than a great glass of wine.
Right. But you come here because that's the experience that's this
The atmosphere.
emotion connection they create to watch the barista to make a cup of coffee special for you. The latte art they have in the drink.
Yeah.
The whole environment immersion that you have when you walk to the store that really makes you feel great about it. You know your name, you
Right.
know what you drink,
Yeah.
and you live here, and then you leave, and you go.
Okay, I want to talk about that for a second, and I'll talk about it because I don't think you feel comfortable, but everybody knows Starbucks. Agreed?
Of course,
Everybody knows
they are,
Starbucks.
for me, they're genius.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like if you say, okay, there's Starbucks, who's their number one competitor? What do you say?
No, I don't think Starbucks are competitive.
No, not yours. Who is their number one competitor? Who would they say?
Starbucks. Well, they are changing strategy now because the specialty coffee, as we are categorized the third wave of coffee.
Third wave.
Okay.
Okay.
Starbucks considered the second wave.
Okay. The
Okay.
first wave is like Denny's,
Yes, the Denny's,
little
and,
coffee houses,
the
Dunkin'
coffee
Donuts.
house, yeah, those places they go have a coffee and enjoy.
Okay.
You know,
So that's the second. Starbucks is the second one. So everybody knows Starbucks, and they do a good job, as you said. They're
no,
great.
they do a great job. They really raise the bar on the coffee in America.
And in some ways, it's not good because many of the people that go there can't really afford $5 coffee. They don't really make enough money, but it's so good they can't help
I
it.
think
Become part of
their strategy they use, they are very smart. I don't know how they do. They have a huge marketing people. They are in the news almost every. The advertising is almost no needed because
Right.
everybody talks about.
Yeah.
Then
So wait, so we have Starbucks, and they do a great job, and it's now you go into virtually any Starbucks, and it's the same virtually every other Starbucks.
right,
And I remember watching Howard Schultz give a speech, and he said, you know, when people go to Starbucks, they want it to be the same. They order a latte.
Right.
They want it to be the same wherever they go. They don't want it to
I
be
agree. That's consistency.
consistency. So now, then you have places like Panera that serves coffee, but it's mainly baking, right?
Right.
But it's more of a place that you can go and relax for a while. Then you have Sambalatte, where, as you started talking about, your servers they like what they're doing. They're very cheerful.
They're passionate about
They're
what they're
passionate about it. Now, do you pick Brazilian people or what?
We go to a training interview process to hire the people.
Okay.
Can be anybody, just like and we try to identify the right candidates and the one that show interest and to learn more about the coffee culture.
Okay.
Those ones we start trained to be a barista because a barista, in the machine and automated like some of the big chains, they push a button to make a
Right.
coffee.
Yeah, your place is not like that at all.
And here is an art.
Correct.
If they don't put their heart, commitment, passion to learn and more about coffee, they're never going to be a great barista.
And I think that's your Italian heritage coming out, because that's what we find with a lot of Italians. If we talk, the Bonanos, all of the people we do interviews with, is you have to be passionate about what you do. If it's just a job, you're not really going to be successful.
Right. I tell my guys, there's a book called The Richest Man Who Ever Lived
Okay.
by Mike Murdoch.
Okay.
And he says in the book something very interesting. I told my guys the other day on an email to everybody. The biography that you read today and the friends, the network of friends that you have today will determine who you're going to be 5 years from now.
Wow.
And reading that and thinking about it, and I said, wow, what a truth.
Yeah. Now say that one more time, because I want to stress it for our
Okay,
people.
Mike Murdoch
Yeah.
has a book called
Yeah.
The Richest Man That Ever Lived.
Yeah.
And he talks about habits of those people. He does a study, and he talks about the biography that you read today,
That you
the
read.
biography that you read, books,
Yeah.
okay, and the network of friends that you have today will determine who you're going to be in 5 years from now.
Good.
I think it's able true.
Yeah, I do too. And part of the reason I wanted you to repeat that is I work at a school for adults. It's a vocational school where people are getting the marketable skills that they have to become successful in the future. And our students are in prison. They get to leave prison and go to school, sentenced by the courts, veterans. They're people who want to change their life. And that's a great quote for them because what you're saying is it's what you read, right?
Right.
And who you associate with determines who you're going to be
Exactly.
5 years from now.
And the same, I'm trying to tell my guys, my team, it is, if you don't have passion, whatever you do now, you're never going to have passion for anything in your life.
Start getting passion now.
Yeah, because we find, my generation, your generation, are very loyal to your employer, to your job, to your friends, and I find myself viewing the new generation coming now. There's no loyalty for anything, and there's no loyalty will take nowhere because they're not building any foundation for them for the future, for their life in our society.
Yeah.
So they're going to be 30, 40 years old. Like we have some people coming here and looking for a job without a career. Not wrong if you if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Everybody's a choice.
Yeah.
But to myself, you could have gone and so much more in life than doing the same thing because they didn't saw the seed.
Right.
Reading good books, having good friends, good influence on them to push them.
Right.
For them to have a better future, better life.
Got it. Now, so you grew up in Rio.
Yes.
And you got into the hotel business? Was that
hotel
it?
business? Yes.
And you worked hard to get that, or how did you get? It was Hilton, right?
I first started working Sheraton, Brazil.
Sheraton, Brazil. Okay.
And I moved to the U.S. and I worked for Hyatt hotels.
Okay, so when you started Sheraton, what was your first job?
I was a PBX
day.
Operator.
PBX operator.
Back then, you call and they have to answer and hold, transfer.
Okay, now back in Brazil, back then, did you have those things you had to pull out?
No, it was more automated.
Okay.
It was just push a button, but it was more sophisticated.
Okay.
But starting in the hotel business, I realized that I could travel the world. Okay. I could meet people. And I have to speak more language. And that things fascinate me.
Got it.
And I thought about...
And how old were you when you started?
I was 22 years old.
When you started at Sheraton being a PBX operator?
Yes.
Wow. That's impressive.
Maybe 21, I can't remember.
Okay.
Well, I remember it was 1982.
So I think a lot of 21, 22-year-olds today wouldn't want to start that low.
No, everybody thinks they should make a lot of money.
Start as
right at the gate,
right.
Have the title,
right,
without earning. And I tell people in the same thing. I start from on the hotel business, a PBX operator. I move up to a night clerk.
How long did that take?
It was about 2 years in the hotel.
2 years.
Yeah, and I came to U.S. To study hotel business.
Okay.
And when I was studying hotel business, I started working in America, in Chicago, as a busboy. And I moved up to waiter, and I did my training. And I went back to Brazil, and I started working in management.
Okay, now, what were you doing when you were 30?
When I was studying, and I was a food and beverage manager.
Okay, where? Chicago or?
No, I was in Washington, D.C.
Okay, so was this after Brazil, going back to Brazil, like Chicago, Brazil, back?
No, sorry. So I was living in Orlando.
Orlando, okay. So.
And I was working for a 5-star, 5-diamond hotel.
Okay, now you were in Chicago, and then you went back to Brazil.
Yes.
And then from Brazil, did you go to Orlando? Or
I went to Orlando.
Okay.
Yes.
And your career kept moving up.
Yes, I did work for Hyatt hotels for 18 years.
Wow.
And back then, as a foreigner, being a Latin with an accent, and was very hard climbing for me.
Okay.
I have to work twice harder to prove myself.
Because they thought this is more of the low level. That Latinos
just
are
because
not
back then was not this equal opportunity.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
right.
that was, I wouldn't say stereotype of what more the Europeans have more easy around than the Latin.
Sure.
Because the culture,
Right.
you know what I mean? People
Yeah.
are European, Latino, and
Right.
but even there, even though I grew up in Brazil, but I have an opportunity to go to great schools, you know, to learn to be well educated and things like that.
Okay. And so, um, how long have you been here in Las Vegas?
We moved to Vegas. My wife did in 2004,
Okay.
and we
From
bought a.
where were you?
I was living back in 2004. I was living in Boston.
Okay. And so you have no problem traveling anywhere.
No, I
Okay.
moved around a lot in 18 years,
Okay.
and you know, traveled I can tell cities that I lived. I lived in Orlando, Washington D.C., San Antonio, Texas, Cayman Island, Indianapolis, Lake Tahoe, Palm Springs, Puerto Rico, Albuquerque, Washington D.C., Boston, South Beach.
Okay. And that's over an 18-year period.
Yes,
Okay. And that ended in 2004.
in Chicago too.
In Chicago. And that ended in 2004.
No, and then 2000 and I moved to Vegas 2000 early 2007.
Okay. So
Yeah.
about 8 years ago.
Yes.
So you moved a lot of places in that 18 years, and you've been here for about 8 years.
Yes.
Okay. So why here? Why Las Vegas?
Vegas was because we thought about for my career. I was tired to be moving around, and we want to build a family. And moving around with a family is very difficult. And when you're by yourself, it's easy.
Yeah.
Pack and go.
Yeah, you have school and
And we thought about because the big hotel industry in Las Vegas, the hospitality is such a big mecca
Yeah.
to be at. And I thought about maybe I'll retire here.
Okay.
Cost of living
Right.
much better here than in place. Quality of life.
And now this is in 2008
Yeah.
when everything hit bottom?
2007.
7. Oh,
Yeah.
before it hit bottom.
Yeah, but we bought a house in 2004.
Okay.
And we, you know, quality of life. We like, you know, the
Weather.
desert. My wife, parents were living here.
Okay.
Her other
Where's
family.
your wife from?
Boston.
She's not from Brazil.
No, she's American.
Okay, got it. Okay.
And we moved here, and in 2007, 2006,
Okay.
Hyatt. I was getting transferred to Hyatt to here, Lake Las Vegas,
Okay.
and the Hyatt got been sold
Oh,
to Lowe's Hotel,
okay.
which
So
they
that's
bought
good.
the property,
Uh-huh.
and they bought the right to operate the hotel as well. So Hyatt was out.
Okay.
And with some connection, I was able to get a job with Lowe's Hotels and stay and end up moving to Vegas.
Okay. And you liked it.
I love it.
When was the first time you came here? What
First
year?
time I came to Vegas was 97
Okay.
when I was leaving Tahoe,
Okay.
and I came there.
Now, when you first saw Las Vegas, what was your first impression when you got here?
You know, as a growing up in Brazil, Vegas always was big because of the Sinatra, Sammy
Martin,
Davis, Lee Martin, all
Yeah.
those guys, and has all this fascinated about the glamour, and
Okay.
the desert, the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
And I always want to come to Vegas, the casino we're talking
Right.
about, and that also fascinated me.
So when you first got here, then
And so when I came here in '97 for the first time, and I landed at the airport, I was like, wow, they have a slot machine here. And start walking around on the strip and visit some of the properties.
And was
And
it
back
like,
then
wow?
it was the construction going on for the Bellagio,
Yeah,
for the Venetian, and I
so was
believe
your mind
Mandalay
like, wow,
Bay.
this is incredible?
I was like, wow, man, this place is amazing.
Okay.
I have to come back.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a chance to come back until 2003, when my wife, back then was my fiancée,
Okay.
we came here to visit her parents, to scoop around and to look around, and I was like, wow, I think I could live here.
So in 2003, you came back and things were still going forward. Meaning,
Oh, it was incredible, it was booming. And to open Sambalatte was a project that I was working since '99. In 2003, when we came over here, I didn't come to here Boca Park. I didn't have a chance because we would stay on the Strip.
Yeah.
We stayed at the Hyatt back then, like Las Vegas. We visited our parents. It was a long weekend, but it was kind of short time to do things.
So wait, you started the idea for Sambalatte when? 99?
99. I was living in Puerto Rico.
That's when you had the was it like I'm gonna do it or I'm thinking about it?
I was sitting one day at the beach.
Okay, in Puerto Rico.
You know, one of those days, sit at the beach, just like staring.
Your mind was free to think about it.
And thinking about the whole explosion that was having Starbucks across America, and the coffee culture was booming. And thinking about in Brazil, a place called Confeitaria Colombo, which has been like one of the top 10 most beautiful place, like a coffee shop or coffee bar in the world to go. And I used to go there with my parents when I was a kid, and I was thinking about what a great we one day have one like this. As a matter of fact, the inspiration for the mezzanine came from the Confeitaria Colombo.
Okay.
And so I thought about come up with a coffee bar, and the idea started growing. And in 2003, when I was living in Boston and seeing Starbucks everywhere, and I was like, man, there's opportunity for
I
something
can do
great.
something better.
I can do something
Now, where
better.
was the first place you were thinking about doing it?
Vegas.
Okay, not Boston.
No.
Okay.
In 2004, when I came here, I was living in South Beach at the time, and I came here for Christmas, and we went to Corner Grill for dinner.
Yeah.
And I remember
You
walking
went a couple doors up.
Yes.
Okay.
And walking around Boca Park, and I was like,
This
that's
is the place. This is like the Mormon.
I told Sheila, and I said, this is the place. And back, you know, you think about now, where are you going to find the money? It's such a nice, sophisticated, because Boca Park back then was it.
Yeah.
Here in Summerlin,
Sure.
Vegas, on the suburbs. Or you have Wind Valley, which back then was not, it's still under development.
Right.
And
It's amazing how much things have changed in 10 years here.
it really is amazing. So in 2005, I came to Vegas during July the 4th, and I had a meeting with the lease agent from Boca Park at the Starbucks right here at Boca Park. And when she gave me the price for the leasing, I was like thinking about, you know, myself. When she left, said thank you very much, and remember driving the car to our house. And we talk about it. There's no way. There's no way we're going to afford it. No, there's no way. It's never going to happen. And you know, and stay. And I was still working with some ideas. And I was living in San Antonio every day off that I had, doing some research and working on. And I never gave up. And I ended up moving to Vegas in 2009.
Okay.
My job, I got eliminated. Which they gave me a job to move to Florida.
Was this in Lake Las Vegas?
Yes.
Okay, with Hyatt.
No, it was Lowe's.
Lowe's. Well, right.
Yeah, which they gave me another job to go to Florida, St. Petersburg, which I did for a couple months. And I was there, and I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Because you're now comparing things to here, right?
Yes, and even off the beach, you could move in and say, we don't want to move to Vegas. We don't want to move to Florida.
Right.
Vegas, we realized, is going to be our permanent home.
Okay.
I came home looking for a job, find a job, very difficult. So it was summer 2010, 2009.
Okay.
I told her, said, listen, I'm going to stop
So
looking
things
for
were bad here then.
Oh, the economy was tanking miserably.
Yeah. Construction stopped.
Yeah.
Everybody
was.
that pulled everything else down.
So the price was dropping, and I said, I'm going to work on my project. I'm going to dedicate it full time on my coffee on Sambalatte.
Okay.
And so that's how I started finalizing my business plan, my presentation, and looking for locations. And I never gave up Boca Park to do a Boca Park.
Yeah. And so did they concede your demands?
Well, they, as a new shopping, as an established shopping center, I can understand. Nobody likes to give an opportunity for start up.
Yeah, right.
Because the failure is much easier than already established brand.
Sure.
But back then, they met me. I have several meetings with them. I gave my presentation. I gave my idea. And they loved my idea. They said, let's do it.
Good. And the rest is history.
Yes.
And so,
And we'll be here 5 years now, September.
and let's see, before we started, you said something like no detail is too small or something. What were you saying about that in terms of details?
Yeah, I always believe, never is enough to find details.
I was talking about your business card.
Yes.
You said even your business card is.
Never is enough for details. Never is so small for details because you're always going to find opportunities for details. And the same I tell my team, the bar for me is endless. We raise the bar every day.
That's like Walt Disney with Disney.
Yeah, I don't care if I'm here. And some people some guests that came here in the beginning and say, Sambalatte have changed. No, we don't have change. We have raised the bar.
Got it.
And this raising the bar, as you grow, it's very, very important for every team member to embrace the culture. Because I tell my guys,
And
when you're here,
change.
when you guys
Not
are here,
change, improvement.
when you guys are here, I'm here.
Right.
When you get here, I'm already here. So we're going to keep growing every day because that's our passion, to make a change, to make an impact, in the industry.
Sure.
Show that we are passionate about coffee. We have 3 stores. We have plans to
So
grow.
far.
But we have to find the right location, the right demographic, the right deal. Everything has to be, all the stars have to be aligned
Right.
to make a deal, because as a small business, a decision has to be perfect, almost perfect made. There is no room for failure, because one failure can really kill you.
Right.
And the growth has to be organic too.
So would you consider moving to outside of Las Vegas? If
Well, yes,
somebody
of
came and
course.
said, I'd like to open one in San Diego.
We have already people approach us, but it has to be, the right partner, the right investor, the right location.
And they have to be willing to
yeah.
learn here.
Yeah, and people willing to be passionate about, because being a small business, and we are focused on the quality of the product that we have. Everything has to have a quality. And sometimes when you are bringing people from outside, they understand culture, the quality, they start striving for the top line, for the bottom line.
Oh.
Yeah, bottom line is very important. I know that.
Yeah.
Top line is important, bottom line is important. But we have to find a balance with the quality that we offer. The best
So
coffee.
people come back.
Yes.
And how many times does it take for people to come here before they're hooked?
How many times?
Do they have to come here before they're hooked? Like the first time it might be.
Well,
I
I
was
think
over
people
here
can. I think the moment that you come here and try our coffee, and you back, try some other, and you might say it's good, it's okay, and some people come back and say, "This is the best coffee I ever had."
Yeah.
That's the one thing that we want to hear all the time. It is the best coffee I ever had.
Well, and I agree. And this is great. Now, but also you make it easy and convenient for people that have computers to come in here and work.
Yes, because before we opened in 2010, okay, I went to London for this trend show, talking about the trends of the industry, how people are working, and our society nowadays is mobile.
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at the numbers, laptop sales now, it is surpassed any PCs, because who wants to have a PC?
Right.
Is a dinosaur obsolete? You want to have a computer that you're mobile, you go anywhere, you work.
Right.
The way how we interact along with each other now in the business, in the office, and everything is so mobile. On the emails and the telecom, by Skype or Go Meeting, all those things really helps out to make everybody's close. That means there are lots of people that used to go to office.
Right.
They don't have to go to office anymore. They can work from home. My wife used to work for a company called Brazil and Hamilton, and they eliminate pretty much all the office.
Got it.
And everybody work from home. Or they have this in McLean, was the headquarters, this hotel work. That if you have to work in the office, you have to make a reservation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right.
Because they realize, I'll give you a laptop, I'll give you a phone, and you work from home. I'll give you a print.
So you took that reality, and you made it easy for people people to come in.
Yeah, because
Big
we have
table.
plug everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's a plug because you need to plug your cell phone. You need to plug your tablet. You need to plug your phone
Right.
or maybe your camera or wherever.
And then I noticed on the receipt, that's where you get your Wi-Fi passcode.
Yes,
And that makes it easy.
right. Makes it easy so nobody have to ask. We don't have limit. Some places do like I'll give an example. Starbucks, and that's how many free Wi-Fi you can have.
I see. I didn't know that because I don't. To me, Starbucks is not convenient to go work in. It's not. I go in, I get my coffee, I leave.
Right. They were going to change something like that. I don't know. I haven't been there in a while, but here you can get what pass.
Yeah.
It's all day long.
Yeah. And it's so you're doing great stuff here. I don't want to take up more of your time. Now, I usually let's see. So I have one statement. I usually have a question to ask. The question I usually ask our viewers is sauce or gravy. Does that have any meaning to you?
Yes.
What? What does it mean? What does it mean to you?
Sauce can be a little more dense.
Okay. So what am I talking about though when I say
I'm
that?
talking about more like a chocolate sauce.
Okay, no. So for Italians on the East Coast, generally they call spaghetti sauce gravy.
Okay.
They don't call it sauce. They call it gravy.
Gravy.
So if you are back in like New Jersey or something, it's how's the gravy? Can I have more gravy? And so when we do our interviews, we usually ask people sauce or
We
gravy.
have both.
and people. So it's just an interesting question. So that's the Brazilian answer to the question.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. And now the statement is, we want you to. I'd really like to get you to join the Italian American Club. And I'd like to sponsor you with the Italian American Club because you have the right attitude and the right passion. And I'm going to send you some more information about that.
Okay.
Have you come over sometime because it's a great organization and you qualify because you have Italian roots, but more than that, you exhibit, the best qualities of anybody, Italian or not, of hard work, passion. When I'm watching you do this, you really exhibit that you are passionate about the business you have. And the bottom line is, you walk in the door here, you feel it. You feel good.
I say people say, what's the difference between your business and other businesses that open throughout town? And I say, we are passionate about what we do.
And you are, I agree.
We really care. We have this determination, and we have a vision, because what happening is everybody can have an idea. People say, oh, I have this idea to open this, to do this type of business. That means that you are copying for somebody else. But vision, only few people can have a vision. Vision is ability to see things far, or things that not even happening yet.
See things that haven't happened yet.
And we always wanted these visionary, have this vision to see 5-10 miles ahead, the things that everybody else just can see like a half a mile.
Right. They're not even looking at it.
Yeah, what's happening. And I say even differ in the ability to execute their vision is only even fewer people can do it.
Right.
Because
it's hard.
Because it's hard and to be translated.
Yeah.
And so we don't have only an idea. We have a vision. We are passionate. We have the determination, and we want to keep growing and pushing. That's why it sets us apart and the difference. And this, I tell my guys, my team all the time, as long as I'm driving this bus, we're going to raise the bar, we're going to grow, and our passion is going to be bigger than ever.
And it is. And thank you very much, Luiz. That is fantastic.